Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everyone doing? It is 73 degrees here today, sunshiny and beautiful outside. Tomorrow a cold front's coming in, but yesterday it got up to 80 degrees. It was absolutely beautiful. And you would think that was really warm, but the breeze was so cool. If you're standing out in the wind, it felt a little bit cool, even though it was 80 degrees. If you're in the shade, it felt cooler, but the sunshine feels so wonderful. I love the sunshine. I'll tell you, I would be happy to be at the beach every day. I have a friend that her husband and her they retired and they're RVing from place to place and they like the beach a lot. So I'm kind of envying them being at the beach today. They are in South Padre and it's like 90 degrees there today, y'all. So they're having a good time. They're probably swimming in the water. I got Addie Cat right here with me. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I can show her to you or not. She's right. I might have to pick her up. I'm going to drop my computer. It's a laptop. But she's sitting right here on the desk next to me. She is behaving so well. She has really, really come around, you guys. I guess when she was a kitten, you remember she was scratching and biting me all the time. Then when we left for the cruise and came back, it was like she missed us so much. She never really went back to that, scratching us and stuff like that. She never did it anymore. So I guess she learned her lesson, like, I love you, don't leave me. And I take her outside and she plays around the deck and everything. I let her go off the deck and do what she wants now. As soon as I call her name, she runs like a puppy to me. It's so cute. I got it on film on my camera. I call it film. Let me see. Here she is. Hello. She is the softest, furriest little girl. She's such a good girl. I'll let you go. Whoop. She's so sweet. She really is. She's gonna leave now. She's like, okay, you aggravated me. But anyway, I'm gonna do a reading today on Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's annoying so many people, and I just want to, talk about her and kind of ask Spirit, why is she allowed to be there? Why do we have to put up with her? So let's see what information can come through. There she goes. She's like, you pet me, I'm leaving. She's fine laying here, but if I start messing with her, bye-bye. She was in my way anyway. My husband is outside working on the deck, and he's kind of noisy, so I might have to pause here and there because he's got his saw going and he's cutting up wood so he can burn it. Anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene is like a junior high school mean girl. All of us lived through that, right? We lived through our junior high years, and you remember there was always a mean group of girls, right? And the nastiest girl of all was the leader. Do you remember they're running around school and their little gang? There was just a few of them, but they were just as mean, and you'd want to stay the heck away from them. You didn't want to get on their bad side, and you didn't want to get in their way. But they were always picking on some poor, unfortunate person, a girl or boys. I've seen them both. My own sister, that was 2 years ahead of me, she was a mean girl. I was afraid of her at home. All of us were. She was the oldest. She's 2.5 years older than me. So when I was in the 6th grade, she was in the 8th grade. And, I had to live her reputation down, not up, but down. When I got into the 6th grade, of course, you're a 6th grader, you're a little freshman, so they're going to pick on you anyway. And so I was picked on, and a lot of the girls would come up to me and tell me that they were going to, I'm going to kick your ass after school. And I'm like, what did I do to you? I don't even know you. I was scared all the time. Walking down the halls, I was scared all the time. And all I had to do was go to my sister and tell her, so-and-so said they're going to kick my ass. I don't even know them. Why does this girl want to kick my ass? It was because my sister was the ultimate mean girl, and nobody could really kick her ass. She was a big girl. And so they would pick on the little sister to get back at her. And all I had to do was go tell her, and she would get word to them that she was going to kick their ass. and they would just leave me alone. And she wouldn't even have to fight. I don't even remember her fighting, honestly. I don't remember her fighting. People were just afraid of her, and they would leave me alone. So that's all I had to do is run and tell sister, you know. But thank goodness when she finally went to high school, everything kind of calmed down and settled down for me. You know, people left me alone. Girls left me alone because I guess it was the eighth graders that were there with her that were picking on me. So in seventh grade, it was much, much more comfortable. She's back. Anyway, one day, me and my sister were having lunch together. And I don't know how this happened because she had her own little crew that she ran with, and I wasn't allowed because, you know, I'm the sixth grader. But we found ourselves together at lunch one time, and it was a very long line for lunch. You know, since you can imagine it was sixth, seventh, and eighth graders all eating lunch together, so it's a long line. She goes to the front of the line. She said, "Come on, let's go." I said, "We got to get in line." She said, "No, come on, come with me, come with me." And she pushed me in the front of her. There was a boy standing. I remember she kicked him in the butt so hard, and he turned around so scared and so startled and looked at her. He was just waiting to get his lunch. I want to cry just thinking about it. I'm sure people picked on him all the time, and she told him to move. We're cutting in the line. And he just stood aside and let us cut. And, you know, I didn't say anything. I just followed her and, you know, got my lunch tray and went through the line. You know, it was so horrible that I didn't say a word to her. I really didn't. But that made such a huge impression on me that, you know, there's things that happen in your life that you carry with you. Some small weird thing that you remember and that you carry with it all your life. And that was one of the things that, excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting all emotional on my story here, but I knew my sister was a bully. I knew she was a bully after that. It hadn't really occurred to me of what an enormous bully that she was. I wanted to go and hug that boy and tell him I'm sorry, but I couldn't, you know, I couldn't do that. But, you know, I've always stood with the underdog. I've always felt so protective of people that have been treated badly. And I know it's because of that incident. I know that, you know, people are who they are, but that made such, you know, impression on me. It really did. But, you know, bullies get away with bad behavior because they're allowed to. I was young, I was impressionable. She was my sister, but I should have said something. I should have said something then. I should have told her, that's wrong. You shouldn't treat that boy like that. I should have gotten out of the line. You know, I didn't have the wherewithal to do that at that time. I do now. I do now. And it stayed with me for the rest of my life. If somebody's getting picked on, I'll have a big mouth. I'll tell you what, my mouth has got me into more trouble. But it's situations like that that have made me, you know, think back and say, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I do something? So of course, later on in my life, I got in trouble because I said something about everything. So then I got into a lot of trouble because I felt like if there was something wrong, I ought to say something about it. And it's gotten me into more trouble than you would ever realize. But anyway, we all have to stand up to the bullying of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is a bully. She does not belong representing decent, good people of Georgia. Marjorie Taylor Greene, God, why is she allowed to serve in the House? Why, Spirit? Why? I just want to know why. Help all of us understand why. She's so full of negativity and nastiness. All right. This is what I'm receiving. This is what I've received. It needs to be crystal clear what hatred looks like, what an uncaring person that's manipulating and has a complete lack of compassion for others looks like on the world stage for everyone to see. Looks like a mean girl, a mean junior high girl. So we all have to agree that this kind of person and this type of behavior is not what we want to elevate. And what's important is that we, the people, recognize what and who we want representing us, and who and what, or what and who we want to represent us, and what we will not tolerate representing us. Okay? That's so important. That's what I'm getting. So it's like, she is wearing her heart on her sleeve. That's what I'm getting, is because she's got a big mouth. She is showing us what is going on in the hearts of a lot of the other Republicans there. There are people there that feel exactly like her, but they don't have a biggest mouth as her. They have a little bit of decorum about them, and they're not telling exactly how they feel and what they think, but they think exactly like her, and she is there representing them with her mouth, so that we'll know how really they feel and how they're behaving, and what's going on with them and what their agenda really is. We have free will, and our energy will balance out the situation, so we can fix this. And what I'm seeing is that when we're not allowed to see what's going on inside the GOP, you know what I mean? When we don't really understand what's in their hearts and their minds and what they're really representing. Marjorie Taylor Greene is what they really represent. And it's horrible, it's awful. That is MAGA. So we need to see that. And that's why she's there. The other ones are like, this is what I'm being shown, y'all. They're like a snake in the grass. You know what I mean? They're just laying in wait. They're ready to take away your rights. And we've already seen that happen. Our abortion rights have been taken away. They're trying to take away a lot of rights. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is telling you that she is a nut, she's a fascist, she's a racist, she's gun-loving, she's an uneducated fool that will not allow or is afraid to expand her mind, heart, and soul. She's just not allowing that to happen. And she's there for everyone to witness what the GOP has actually morphed into. But because if you're not against a bully, then you're for him. If you're not, if you're not against me, if you're not for me, you're against me. So that's the same thing with the bully. If you're not against the bully, then you're for them. And we should be thankful that now we know what is truly in the hearts of these people. And we should be thankful that we have that horrible representation of her and know that that's not what we want. And that's why she's there. Simple. That is simple. But let's get rid of her. Anyway, I would rather her not be there. But yes, now we know, what these people are like. Truly, I would hope that we can get rid of her. I really do. So I hope that more people will see the hatefulness, and the good people of Georgia will get rid of her. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm going to do a little reading on her. So I have some cards laid out. I shuffled them right before I started the camera, and I'm going to read these cards to you now. Okay, so I'm going to read the cards to you guys. And what I'm going to do here is just do a short Celtic cross reading. And I'm going to read it as if I'm reading for her, right? See what's going on with her and what's going to happen for the next 6 months for her. That's what I was asking Spirit, is what's going on with her. How are things going to go for the next 6 months for her? And the bottom of the deck I like to call the flavor of the reading. And it's so funny because look, King of Swords. This is my card for Biden. So Biden's flavors all over her. I bet she likes that. I bet she loves that. All right, so the first card that I pulled is the Emperor card. All right, so unfortunately, so far, she has been rewarded for her bad behavior. You know, she's been placed on two committees already, so her, bad behavior and antics and big mouth and stuff has only been rewarded. I know that makes us feel bad, but if I was reading it for her, I'd be like, all right, you're doing good. You're doing good, you're getting rewarded, and your career's looking up. Crossing over that card is Three of Pentacles. Uh, and Three of Pentacles is about working with others. And that's what she's going to do. She's going to work with others. And I think that she's going to try to impeach the Homeland Security, that head, Alejandro Mayorkas, I think his name is. And they're really going to, on those committees that she's on, one of them is with that. They're really going to try to impeach him. So that's one of her main focuses. That's what she wants to get done this year, the next 6 months. Overlooking that situation is the Three of Swords. Three of Swords, so it looks like to me it's maybe not going to happen the way that she had hoped or the way that she planned, because I feel like she's going to be really upset. She's going to be really frustrated, and many don't agree with her. So she might not be able to do this. So, good. That's good, I guess. That's very good. So I don't think things are going to go her way. She thinks it's going to be just like so easy. I'm going to take control of everything. It's not going to really happen the way she wants it to. Now, the foundation of her situation is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is, that's her foundation. And she got where she is because of money. You see the money sitting in her lap? She comes from money. She has money. She's a business owner. She's had success in her past. So, when you've been a successful person, when you've had money all your life, it's just like Donald Trump. You are putting out that energy that I'm worthy, I'm supposed to have money, I'm all that in a bag of chips, because that's all you know and that's what you think. You think you're so special. And when you put that kind of energy out there in the universe, that's what you're going to get back. And that's how it works, you guys. It's not you're going to be, smited because you're a nasty person. No, I'm going to put out all this good energy because I think I'm great. I think I'm fabulous. And I deserve all these, I deserve being here in the house. I deserve all these roles that I'm getting, these committees. Because that's her emotional energy that she's putting out, and she's getting rewarded for it. I know it's very frustrating, but that's how it works. That is really how it works. So she's sitting in a good position right now, and we can all see that, right? We don't like it, but that's the way it is. This is the past card. This is the World card, and I believe this is when she got elected to, to the House, and now she's on the world stage, literally. And she does have the world at her feet now. She really does. That's in the past. And then I pulled one future card, and I'm going to end it right here. The card that I pulled for the future, this is the near future. This is the Fool card. Now, the Fool card is about drastic changes that are, going to take place. So Marjorie Taylor Greene has the opportunity to make a difference, to uphold all our values, to inspire compassion and kindness. But she's like the Fool, only thinking of herself and what she wants and what she needs and what's good for her. And, I feel like this is an experience that she's going to need to go through, because it's going to contribute to her awakening and her expansion. And it can happen. I know we're all thinking like, she's a mean girl and she's never going to change. But I feel like this is going to help her expand her mind, and it's going to be good. It's going to have a good effect on her, y'all. She does have a long road ahead of her. And she may be acting foolish now, with her behavior and yelling out at the president and not really knowing how to behave. But I feel like she's going to learn how to behave, because when she embarrasses other representatives, she's not going to like the way that they treat her. The people aren't going to want to be around her if she's going to act foolish, and embarrass other people. And I think this is going to really morph her and create an experience for her, so that, we can have hope for her future, that maybe she'll become a little bit more of a decent human being. I have hope for her anyway, okay? That she will. So generally the Fool card is looked upon as a good omen. So that's how I'm going to see it, as a good omen. It's a good omen for her to learn from her experience and to expand, and just to be able to contribute to and be of service to the people that elected her. So hopefully she'll learn how to, control herself and behave herself. I feel like this is the only opportunity she will. A lot of people talking about her, and hopefully one day she'll open up, and this is a dramatic change, so hopefully she'll go through that change, but it'll take time. This is a journey, and she's on the journey, and we're watching her, right? Okay, guys, so that's all I got. I know y'all were hoping there would be some drastic thing going on here, and that we would see she's going to get kicked out. That ain't going to happen. Unfortunately, we're going to have to listen to this lady for a little longer. But hopefully the good people of Georgia will get tired of hearing her and teach her a lesson that she really needs to learn, and, get her out of there, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. We just did a short reading, so, we can keep watching her as time goes on. Okay, guys, I have some good news to tell you. I got hair in my mouth. Good news about baby Lane, okay? Today, early this morning, baby Lane got moved to Texas Children's Hospital. Finally! Mama was able to go with him. I haven't heard any word about them settling in or anything yet. I should check my phone and see if there's anything there to tell you guys. But I know they showed him being transported. He was asleep. So thank goodness. I don't know if they gave him something to sleep or what, but he was asleep. They showed him all strapped in on, in his little bed and everything on the plane. So yay, finally they got moved. Because we have family, we're from the Houston area, and my sister lives in Dallas. So she'll be a lot closer to her house. She can, I think it's 4.5, 5 hour drive if she's going to drive back and forth to the hospital, so she could actually go home. She hasn't been home in months, y'all. She hasn't been home since before Christmas. She hasn't seen her home. She hasn't seen her kitty. She hasn't seen her puppy. Nobody, her husband has come to visit and all, but she's been with her daughter for a couple of months now. So God bless them. I'm really happy to give you all that information. And thank you, everybody that donated to their fund. I really appreciate it. I don't think they have ever hit their 20,000 goal yet. I'll put the link back up. I haven't put the link up in a while, but they haven't quite made the goal. And of course, they haven't received any of those funds yet or anything. Her sister's managing that fund. She's the one that opened it. If you go and read it, it says Kristen, and that's her sister that's taking care of that for her. But of course, it'll be needed. It will definitely be needed, because those guys haven't worked in months either, so God bless them. Thank y'all so much for all your prayers and all your donations. I really appreciate it. Love you guys so, so much. Thank you. When you do something kind, it always comes back to you. So thank y'all very much. All right, now I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm trying to do a video every day. I'm trying to do that. I told myself I'm going to make a video every day for everybody, every single day. So let's see how long I can keep it going. Maybe not on the weekend, so on the weekdays. I'll have a couple days off. All right, guys, love y'all. I will be back and talk to you soon. Do something kind for somebody. It always comes back to you. Bye for now.